You're not ungrateful. You're awake. This is the Dignity Room, a place that's always yours. Come in.
Have you ever noticed where you stop? And I mean, not that you stop. Of course, you know you stop, but where you stop. So, I mean, the course you start with real intention, of course, and module one, you're in. You're taking notes and you feel that flicker of hope. You're excited. This might be it. So, you found finally the solution to whatever your problem was. You buy the course. And module two, still there, maybe a little bit behind, but okay, you are on it. And then somewhere around module 3 or 4, life happens. A week gets hard, you miss one, and then two, and the course quietly joins the others in the graveyard. And do you know what's fascinating? I see this so many times on my clients, but also I made the same thing, so I see myself also in it. It's almost always the same place, the same point where it falls apart across completely different programs and different topics and of course different years. And that's not random, because random things don't happen in the same spot every time. So a pattern that's consistent isn't a character flaw, it's a mechanism. And today I want to show you exactly how it works. So where's the problem? And last time we talked about why more motivation won't save you. When you missed it, go back, find it, listen to it. So the big picture, that you don't have a discipline problem and the system was never built for a woman like you. And today I want to get a little bit more specific, because the system wasn't built for you is true, but it's a bit abstract, and I don't want you to walk around with a vague, oh, it's not my fault thought. I want you to understand exactly why those courses didn't stick. So specifically, that the next time one fails, you don't even reach for the self-blame, because you will know the real reason. And we want to fix that too. So as long as you don't understand why they failed, your mind fills in the blank with the easiest explanation. And most likely this will be me. I'm the problem. The antidote to that isn't reassurance, it's understanding. So let's actually open it up. There are a handful of very specific reasons those programs slide right off your life, and not one of them is you didn't try. Reason one, and yeah, it's uncomfortable, so I will just say it. A lot of what you bought was designed to be sold, not to work. Think about where the effort goes in a typical program. The sales page is brilliant. The promise is irresistible. The first module is polished and exciting and gives you that hit of hope, because all of that is what makes you buy and what makes you feel good enough in the first week to leave a nice review. But the part that would actually change your life, the slow, unglamorous, deeply personal work of applying something in your specific situation over months with support when you get stuck, that part is expensive to deliver and doesn't sell as well, unfortunately. So it's often thin or missing entirely. And of course, it's hard and not so easy, but we will have a solution for that. So the structure of the whole thing is front loaded towards the sale. The excitement peaks before you've done any real work, and then the actual change, which was always going to be harder and quieter than the sales page suggested, has no scaffolding to holding it up. So when you hit module 3 and it gets hard and you drift away, understand what actually happened. The program got what it needed from you at the point of purchase. Your completion was never really its priority. That's not a clinical way to see it. It's an accurate one. And accuracy is what takes the shame away. You didn't lack the stamina to finish. There was often nothing built there to finish. Reason 2, even the good programs, the honest ones, made by people who genuinely want to help, run into a wall that has nothing to do with their intentions. They are generic. They have to be. A program sold to thousands of people is built for an average, an imaginary middle person. And that average person doesn't exist. Certainly not in your kitchen at 3:30 in the morning. The advice assumes things. It assumes you have a spare hour. It assumes a kid of mental space you don't have because you're carrying the invisible load. It assumes a starting point that isn't yours. It says, just do this simple morning routine to a woman whose morning belongs entirely to other people. So it's not that the advice is wrong. So I want to be honest here. The advice is probably very good. It's that it was written for someone who isn't you. And the one person who has to bridge the gap between the generic advice and your specific, complicated, overloaded life is you alone. With no help, that bridge is actual work and it's the part they leave out. And reason 3, this one is subtle but it's huge. These programs sell you insight, the aha moment, the realization. The insight feels amazing, it feels like change. You finish a module and think, yes, that's exactly it. I see it now. But understanding something and living differently are two completely separate things. You can understand perfectly why you overfunctioning and still overfunctioning the very next morning. Insight is not transformation. It's the map, not the journey. So you end up with a drawer full of accurate insights about yourself and a life that hasn't moved an inch. And that gap between how much you understand and how little has changed, that's often what makes you feel most broken of all. And here's this. The gap between insight and change is not your failure to cross it. It's that nobody built you a bridge. Insight was the product. The crossing was always sold separately and usually not sold at all. So, yeah, what do you do with this now? Swear off all courses forever? No. Okay? Courses are not bad. There are genuinely good teachers out there. Really, help exists. I'm not telling you to stop learning. Okay? Never do this, because life is lifelong learning and it's very, very important to learn. I'm telling you to stop outsourcing your transformation to a product and then blame yourself when the product can't deliver it. Here's the shift. From now on, you use these things differently. You stop being their student and you start being their editor. So, what I mean by that? It means you go in expecting that maybe 10% of it will fit your life and 90% won't. And that this is completely normal and not your fault. Your job isn't to complete it. Your job is to mine it. Take the one idea that actually fits your real situation. Leave the rest without a shred of guilt. So, of course, you only got one useful thing from is not a failure. If you actually used that one thing, it worked. The other 90% was never for you. And when it helped you and fixed the problem, and now the problem is gone, hey, this is very good, right? And now I have one thing I would ask you. Go back to your graveyard of courses, all those abandoned programs. And instead of feeling the familiar little sting of failure, try seeing them differently. You didn't fail those. You outgrew their promises. You kept looking because something in you knew they weren't it. That wasn't weakness, that was discernment. The part of you that kept quitting things that didn't actually fit you, that part was never broken. That part was right. It was refusing to pretend a generic answer was your answer. And that same part of you, the one that wouldn't settle, is exactly the one where we're going to listen to from here. So, if 3 things stay with you today. 1, a lot of what you bought was built to be sold, not work. The polish goes into the sales page and first module, the parts that make you buy. The real, slow, personal change often has nothing built to support it. You didn't lack the stamina to finish. There was frequently nothing there to finish. 2, generic advice can't fit a specific life. It's built for an average person who doesn't exist, and the bridge between that advice and your real overloaded life is the actual work, left entirely to you. And insight is not change. You can understand yourself perfectly and still live the same way. The map was the product, the journey was sold separately. And 3, stop being their student. Start being their editor. Go in expecting one useful thing, take it, and leave the rest without guilt. And look at your graveyard again. You didn't fail those programs, you outgrow them. The part of you that kept quitting what didn't fit was never broken. It was right.
That's all for today. If you want to go a little deeper, I left you something in the show notes. A quiet first step in your own time. Thank you for being here. This was the Dignity Room, a place that's always yours.